Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So today I'm standing up here on the roof of the van, and I am standing on this little rooftop deck that I've created. Let me see if I can back up and show you a little bit more without falling off and killing myself. Well, it's covered in snow right now because it's a little bit cold outside. But what I wanted to do today was talk a little bit about how I made this rooftop deck and just how I use it, what it's good for, and like I said, mostly the design and construction, in case you're interested in doing something similar. So if that sounds like a good plan, why don't I go ahead and let's roll back the clock and I'll show you what this area looked like before I had this rooftop deck installed. Okay, so here we are on the top of the van, and let me show you the problem first. So this section of the van roof is where we usually, in the summer, I keep a kayak up here. I have some DIY kayak carriers that I made. In fact, you can check out this other video if you want more details on the kayak carriers. But now that it's getting to be fall and winter, we actually end up using the rocket box, this rooftop box here, for skis. And one thing that is a slight problem is this is actually incredibly awkward to be stepping on up here to try to get access to the box. So for example, in order to get access to this, you kind of got to step on one of these crossbars, and then you have to step all the way to this other crossbar, and now you're sitting here balancing as you're down here trying to open the rooftop box and get things out. It makes it even more difficult if you're further up in the front. You're trying to get stuff at the front of the roof box. So long story short, this is I guess, yeah, awkward is probably the best way to put it. So what we want to do now is let's see if we can span this empty bay and the next empty bay with some of these wood panels to make a very simple rooftop deck. And it's going to make it a lot easier to stand, walk around, sit down, just basically a little bit more space up here in the winter to just kind of hang out and get access to the roof box, as well as just, yeah, kick it up on the roof if that's what you want to do. So that's the game plan. So let's go ahead and see if we can measure these boards and get them to fit in this space and figure out how to attach them. So construction was actually surprisingly simple. All I had to do was basically cut out a few sections near the corners and edges. I also had to cut a hole in the edge of the roof deck so that the lever for the skybox or the roof box could actually be pressed and rotated open, so I could actually open up the box. After that, I just applied several coats of enamel paint to try to weatherproof it as much as possible, because I intend on keeping this roof deck up and installed on the van pretty much all winter and maybe even all summer. I mean, this could be a multi-year project, so I really didn't spare the paint. Alright, so now we've got the boards painted, and I think it's about time to mount them onto the existing roof rack. And again, this is why I really am glad that I made this out, the roof rack, that is, out of Super Strut / Unistrut, because now you can just buy, you know, bolts and then these sort of specialized spring nuts that go inside the channels of these struts. And it allows you to basically, it's like Tinker Toys for adults, right? You can now basically add things and securely attach it very easily to the roof rack. You know, for example, I've made all sorts of things like I made this this mount here for a gas can. You know, I'm able to mount all kinds of other junk to the roof using this system. So again, the Super Strut / Unistrut construction is really paying off here. It's a little bit of a challenge to find to place these spring nuts and line them up with the holes exactly, just because I made these two boards exactly span the distance, so it's really hard to kind of adjust it underneath once you have the boards on top. But I think I've got them all positioned, so let's go ahead and see if we can screw this down and basically secure the two boards to the roof rack. Alright, so I think we got it bolted down. It took a little while longer than I thought to line up all the holes and get it all screwed in, but it is now ready to rock. So you pull on this and yep, this thing is nice and stuck in and attached to the roof rack. Now let's see if I can still open the rocket box. You see I had to make a little small cutout so that you can actually push this down, and Oh gosh, it's hard to do with one hand. But yep, there we go. No problem. Everything still operates. So I think we're good to go. All right, let's throw some stuff up here and see if we can get a couple of chairs up here and see what the view looks like. All right, so this roof deck is working great. As you can see, there's some snow overnight. In fact, it's a beautiful day out here in the mountains. And when I'm out here getting gear out of the roof box, in the past I was doing this up here in ski boots, standing on these crossbars, as you can kind of see down there. And there was only a crossbar there, one in the middle and one in the front. So I was straddling this with ski boots on slippery metal, and it was no good, and it was a little bit sketchy. But now with this rooftop deck, this makes it super easy just to kind of rummage through the box, get what you need, throw it out here, all in the snow, and you don't have to worry about slipping off the roof and falling down and breaking your back. All right, so there you have it, a pretty simple rooftop deck that adds a lot of versatility to the roof rack, as well as makes it a lot easier to access things in this rooftop storage box. In addition to just being able to access things up here, I've used this rooftop deck for several other purposes. Actually this summer, I mean, it doesn't look like summer because it's winter right now, but the past summer we actually went to a couple of drive-in movies, and what I ended up doing was I actually dragged an entire mattress up here and just kind of propped half of the mattress against the rooftop box, sat the other half there, and then dangled our feet over, and we took the whole family out to go watch some drive-through or drive-in movies, and that was a lot of fun. So this worked out pretty well. It was a pretty simple system, easy to make, easy to install, and it's been working out pretty well so far. All right, so with that being said, I think this is probably a great spot to leave it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, I also hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. Surprisingly, if you just scroll a little ways down and click on that subscribe button, it really does help me continue making these videos. And remember, the videos come out every Monday, so I hope I'll catch you at one of these future discussions and we can all learn something new together. So until then, I think I'll sign off. Talk to you later. Bye.